It's max bet time. 3 days of the carnival down, one to go. There's a couple of cracking races there on Saturday that I'm really keen about. Let's get to them in a sec. Bit of housekeeping first. Firstly, tonight at Pakenham is 100% free. Don't have to be a member. All you have to do is sign up for free. Log into the king.zone and you can go and check out the full suite of ratings, selections, prices, comments for Pakenham tonight. And there's a few bets there. I had a quick look through it. Looked pretty good, actually. So hopefully we find a few winners. Secondly, as you can see, 48-hour flash sale, 30% off all subscriptions. If I just have a look down, the Saturday zone, so $697 for the year, $13 a week. What that gets you is the best bet of the day, every day emailed to you. And on Saturday, you can log in. You get all the tips emailed to you, but you can log in and you get all the rated prices and selections and everything else that goes with it. Access to everything on a Saturday for $13 per week. Let's get into Saturday, and there's a couple of cracking races that I mentioned. Firstly, I want to go to Rosehill. I want to go to Rosehill, and I spoke about this on the Saturday set. I'm going to go into it a bit deeper with you today. The Five Diamonds, Rosehill Race 8. I really love the look of this race. So there's two bets there, as you can see. Militarize, number 7, and number 13, Vivier. Now, in this race, as I mentioned, there is a shitload of pace, and the pace comes from the two favourites. So I'm going to talk about them first, the two favourites, and just go and have a look at the prices down here, what I've got them. I've got them both as lays. So I've got Transatlantic, which is drawn barrier 13. There was a scratching, a roughie that I found has come out. But anyway, Transatlantic goes into barrier 13. Tommy Berry, 59 kilos. Let's just have a look. So $4.40 up price Transatlantic at the moment, around that $293 mark. But I expect to drift. So Transatlantic is very much an on-pace horse. Very impressive last start over 1600. Sat outside the leader, but got it pretty slow. Prior to that one, down in Caulfield on a leader's track as well. So has had a few favours the last two times, Transatlantic. But the thing that I dislike about Transatlantic, one is the barrier when he's going to have to be used up a bit early. He's got 59 kilos on his back, and he's going to 1800 metres for the first time. So there's three negatives why he may be found out a bit late. I think $2.90 is well under the odds. I think the bookies are just looking at that 1-1, the picket fence, and he was really well back last start. So I'm not surprised to see him go up favourite, but I do think he'll drift. The other horse that I'm against in the race, and I love it when I'm against two horses who are in the market. The other one that I'm against is Rise at Dawn. Let's just go and have a look at Rise at Dawn. So I priced it at $9. Bookies are about $6 at the moment. I would expect that to drift as well. Another situation, Rise at drawn barrier 1, and he's going to have a lot. Has led the last two and hasn't won those races, but he's going to face a lot more pressure here, and not racing. He's not racing as well as it was in the autumn. Also hasn't won past 1700 meters and faces a heap of early pressure. He's getting a bit fitter, but this campaign's finished second and third. I think 1800 will see Rise at Dawn out as well, especially with that early tempo. The other horse, which is quite interesting in the race, and I've got fourth pick, is Bullet Point. I was going to go and show you the last UK race, but I'm not going to do that. I was going to show the horse I like a bit more. So Haggis has brought this horse over. He's got pretty solid UK ratings, mostly from the win 2 starts ago, which has his UK rating about the same as what it would have a Rise at Dawn. So probably a couple of lengths off the top horses in this race. But what I didn't, two things I don't like about this horse, which I've put here, is the fact is very poor last start, dropped out, sat second outside the leader at York and dropped out as a really poor run, and also race pressure again. So Bullet Point is going to face a lot more pressure. Over here, we go a bit harder in our races than what they do over there as well. So I think it's hard to come across here and win anyway, but I think it's even harder to come across here
and win if you're an on pacer. So there's a lot of pace drawn um, close to the fence here with Bullet Point and also Rise at Dawn. And then you're going to have the pace coming out wide through Transatlantic. And you've got a couple of other horses that go forward here as well. Lou goes forward, Fukabana goes forward, and Shadizi can also go forward. So there is a lot of pace in this race.
Let's just get back up to the race analysis and just have a look. Have a look at where these two backs are fitting in here. How good's this? So the race pressure, which we spoke about, Militarize, Vivier, and also Firestorm, which I'll speak about in a sec as well, are all up there. They're going to be sitting off the pace midfield to back to midfield and be charging late. Um, Militarize also is a class speed weight rating of 99. So that's pretty high to be 4 points ahead of the field, 4 points ahead of Vivier and also Transatlantic. Now, the bullet price best value is Militarized. Militarized is the horse that I like the most out of the two of them. They did put up $8 Militarized, which is just looked completely wrong to me. He's into about $5.50. Still think he's good value at $5.50, but I couldn't believe Militarized went up $8. 1 and 2 in Cam there as well. 1 in 2 form factors, and the race strength for Militarized. So Militarized actually coming out top. You don't see that very often. We saw it a couple of weeks ago, and I can't remember what horse it was, but got the cash. But for a horse that they put up $8 to be top metric in 6 metrics, it's pretty amazing, really. Hopefully, you watched the Saturday set and got on at the $8 because it firmed last night at about I don't know about 8:30, I think, last night. Um, let's go to the video and just have a look at that's Vivi. I'll get to Vivi in a sec. So this is Militarized's last run behind Lindemann. Lindemann's absolutely flying, and I was disappointed they didn't take Lindemann down to the Cox Plate, but that's Militarized on the fence there in the red, hitting the line pretty well. But this is a very high rating for Militarized, actually higher than that race rated really high. It was higher than it's higher than the favourite. Militarized rated higher than the favourite Transatlantic in this race off that second. Hasn't won for a while, Militarized. I will admit that. Bit of a, started career really well and then hasn't found the line. Let's just go and have a look at the negative comments. Hasn't won for 2 years. And Jockey Edge, Morera is a negative, not his ability. I'm not questioning his ability. That's just on return on investment in Australia, not Hong Kong. In Australia, Morera, you don't really do very well backing Joe Morera, the Magic Man. So let's just have a quick look at the other back in the race, which is Vivier, who are priced $7, currently at $8.50. They bet a bit of $9.50, I think, or $10. Let's have a look at Vivier, and then we'll come back to the factors. So Vivier raced on Saturday in the big dance, and you can see Vivi in the blue cap charging down the center of the track here. And the winner of this race, Gringotts, gets through the center. But this race was on Saturday, so only 4 days ago. This is over 1,600. Vivier stepping up to 1,800 on Saturday. A lot of people think Vivier can't get the 1,800. I think Vivier will get the 1,800 on Saturday, based upon the fitness and also based upon the 4-day backup. Fitness and 4-day backup and the early pace. I think Vivier will be charging through the line, and Kieran Ma will have this horse ready to go. Is there anything else? Acceleration. So both these horses have great acceleration. I think Militarized was number one acceleration as well. Unsuitable tempo last start. They didn't really suit Vivier. They didn't go above average there at all in the big dance, and Vivi still hit the line very strongly. The only other horse that I wanted to mention, and then I want to talk about exotics as well for a sec, but the only other horse I wanted to mention in this race is Firestorm. I've got $13 and is $13. Comes out of the Group 1 Empire Rose. I think the race pressure really suits on the quick backup. Wouldn't surprise me to see Firestorm running home into a place. So I just want to talk about exotics for this race because there's tremendous value here, I think, in exotics. And I just want to mention
with exotics that putting taking so we know this race pressure is going to be fast. So there's a chance that they burn up in front and these horses drop out. Transatlantic drops out and they take each other on. Rise at Dawn drops out. Looking at the market, it doesn't look like it. $2.80, $6. And then also a go forward horse like Bullet Point at $8. But if I was to say to you, Militarize wins this race, we don't know if Militarize has won this race. But when you're playing exotics, you do know what has won the race if you take Militarized to run first. So if you stood out Militarized, okay, we know Militarized won the race on the ticket if you got it. What do you think runs second and third? So what I'm trying to say is if Militarized wins this race, you know that he's come from a pretty if they go slow, he probably won't win this race. If they go fast, he's drawn 11, he slingshots down the middle of the track. You do know he's won the race, but what else do you know? You probably know the horses that are suited by that. And I'm thinking Firestorm would be suited by that. And definitely Vivier, who's drawn off the track, would be suited by that. So not only do I like these horses for the win, but I also like in particular these three horses to run a place, as in a box Quinella or box trifecta, or playing a first fours, putting him in for first and second, and maybe the field or the other horses in for second and third. You can play around with it as you will, but there's different scenarios in different race setups that really suit exotics, and this is one of them. So what I'm trying to say here is I think they'll both run pretty good races or militarize uh, Firestorm and Vivier all three will run pretty good races, or there's a chance that all three won't as well, and they happen to go slower, and you get scenarios where a Bullet Point, who's drawn barrier 2, and Rise at Dawn, who will both be in pretty much the same spots. I think maybe Rise at Dawn will lead, and Bullet Point will be behind. If they went slow, then those two horses can run in the exotics as well together. So sometimes there's groups of horses that are very well suited to running into first, second, third, and groups of horses that are very good in boxing, just to make it easy, boxing up in trifectas, quinellas, or first fours. Let's move on from this race and go to let's head to Eagle Farm. We'll go to the farm race 6, I think it was, the other strong bet. Yeah, that's it. Cavalry Man. I'm real keen on this horse. I took $4.20 yesterday. You can still get $4.20 Cavalry Man with Ladbrokes. That keen very much don't like it and keep pushing the man out. So that 420, which I think is a great price. Let's go and have a look at Cavalry Man's last run, where he runs second behind a horse called Mr. Buster, which looks a really promising horse. So I'm just going to roll the tape here and have a look. I'm just going to check you can see it. Yeah, you can. So Cavalryman's the grey in the middle of the field here, grey with the red and white striped cap. So he sits, this is around the first turn. This is 2100 from memory, this race. So he goes wide at the first turn here, which you'll see. He's about 3 and 4 wide here, and he doesn't get in for the whole race. So you can see how wide he goes now. He's still wide. That's Buster back here getting the beautiful suck run on the fence, 4th and 5th on the fence. So Cavalry Man is still sitting 3 wide. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit here so we're not watching the whole race. And Cavalry Man goes round them. I've stuffed it up and the thing's not working. Let's see. Let's just go back here. We'll keep playing it. So that's him going forward now into 4th. Now he's going into 3rd, but look how wide he is still. So he's facing the breeze over 2,100 metres. With a higher weight from memory here too, gets round him into 3rd. And have a look how he fights on in the straight. Mr. Buster gets a beautiful run. And my bloody internet. Hopefully, the whole thing hasn't dropped out. Let's just reverse back here and see if we can get through. That's him in the grey, but if it's stopped again, so I won't worry about it. But you can go to Racing Queensland and check it out. But he fights on really well, gets knocked off by Mister Buster by a length or so, and it was a massive, massive run. Yeah, just go to if you ever want replays for Queensland races, go to Racing Queensland, and um, they're really good. They got the stewards replays there, and the replays of any races in order of the races coming up for Saturday or any past races. Let's go back to this race. So Cavalry Man, 3 wide, no cover. Then the race before Cavalry Man beat Victory Flame. So there's a bit of a form line going through this, but let's go down and have a look. I'll get back to that bit there. Let's just go and have a look at the factors for Cavalry Man. So gets a weight drop, I think of about 3 or 4 kilos from memory. Ideal distance back to 1800. Drawn better. So Cavalry Man, I want to talk about this race as well from a map perspective because Cavalry Man draws barrier 2. Obviously sat wide there, 3 wide, no cover. Now draws 2 in a race with not a huge amount of pressure. McMurray can push forward. I think sit fourth fence and really let down late and go bang. Whereas a lot of these horses in the market coming out of lower strength, the horses with the highest strength aren't really racing very well in this race. So the second pick's Victory Flame. These horses met last time, Victory Flame and also Cavalry Man. And Cavalry Man beat Victory Flame by a length. Both got, fairly similar runs. Cavalry Man wasn't unlucky, or Victory Flame wasn't unlucky then. But the scenario here is very different because Victory Flame is drawn out in barrier 9 and he's going to have to go back in the field. Ben Thompson will go back and McMurray will go forward, I think, and Cavalry Man should sit probably 3 lengths in front of Victory Flame. And I just can't see with that weight Victory Flame running Cavalry Man down. Um, so the other thing about the other horses in this race, so they've all met as well. A lot of these horses, Sun Worshipper was in this race as well. Number 11, Mannerheim was in the race as well. They've met. They've either been in. I can't remember from memory, but I went back and have a look. Let's have a look at this race through RaceNet. So Sun Worshipper um, got beat by ran 7th to Cavalry Man. Got beat 3.9 lengths, 3.3 lengths. Sorry, 2 starts ago. Mannerheim was in the Mr. Buster Cavalry Man, got beat 4.7 lengths. And these things are $9 and $10. They're your third picks. Victory Flame, as we spoke about, got beat by Cavalry Man last time. Ran 5th, but only got beat 0.88 of a length. But we talked about the map, why I think the man can beat the Victory Flame. Canberra Legend, who's in the market there as well. The Legend got beat by Victory Flame, ran 2nd. Improving change of stables, so it's gone to a new stable from Chris Waller. So Chris has got rid of the horse. I don't know why. It's gone to Peter Roble, run 2nd and then run 2nd again. Backing up 7 days. Obviously having a few issues with it. Taking the blinkers off for the first time as well. Is going to. There's another reason why. I thought it was going to the distance for the first time, but that's not. There was another reason why I thought Canberra Legend could improve. Blinkers off. Nah, I'm thinking of another horse. So, maybe it was Peter Roble, just improved for Roble. But blinkers off for the first time. It's only had 2 from 27 starts. Got beat by Victory Flame last time, and we know that we think Cavalry Man should beat Victory Flame. The other horses don't have a lot of upside. Navy Seal, I'm against all these other horses. They've all had plenty of starts, and I just can't see them doing anything on the day. So I just can't see. I think Cavalry Man's a good bet. I think 420 is completely the wrong odds. The other thing about Cavalry Man, which I really like, is the pacifiers. So the pacifiers went on 2 starts ago,
and he's improved. So his highest rating, where he ran behind Mr. Buster, was his highest rating ever, and it should have actually been higher because the video comments, that's just a pure time rating. The video comments aren't in that, so that he's really gone to a new level since those pacifiers have gone on. So I'm really keen on him. I'm really keen on him. He's a max bet. He's
as good a bet as you'll get. I just can't believe. I just can't believe what price he is, and I'll stop talking about it because I keep saying the same thing about how great he is. But that's about it. So what I'm going to do
um this week is the grind on Monday. I'll be back for the grind on Monday. Where I'll talk carnival, wrap up the carnival, wrap up the Melbourne Cup with everything that happened there. Have a chat about certain things. Don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, but what I'm going to do is going to put my head down and try and finish off today first, and then also obviously on Saturday with the big Champions Day down in Melbourne. Stay in the game, stay in the zone. I'll see you on Monday for the grind.
Think, is this a bet you really want to place? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.